Jealousy is an ugly thing. um, I I feel compelled, to discuss this one because, um, a little competitiveness amongst family or friends or whatever is healthy. To persevere and to try to get ahead. But when it gets to the point of where you can't be happy for somebody for their accomplishments because you want to be the person in the limelight, having the most money, the biggest house, the best car, or whatever. To me, it's not good. It's sad, because although, I like to be competitive. I do, but not in a way that's going to make somebody feel like a failure or inadequate, but just, it's about living true to myself in the being competitive. It's like, wow, okay, don't sell myself short, apply myself, do the best that I can, and, would expect the same in, my friends or whoever it is to be the same and, be happy for each other in the accomplishments, Um, but I see it, I've seen it so often, especially like with family and even friends, they see somebody get ahead and, they stop associating with you, and it's like my stance is, and I've said to people, you know, what would you want? Would you want to see this person unemployed, homeless, this and that, so you can sit there and say that I'm the one with, how wrong is that to think like that? Be grateful for what you have and what you don't have, because there's a lot of things you can have in your life that you absolutely wouldn't want there. People, circumstances, medical conditions, circumstance, as I said, dysfunction, whatever. So, when I say grateful for things that you don't have, those are the things I'm talking about, is, the most unfortunate things. And for the things that you do have is having a roof over your head, having food on the table, having a job or an education or both, family and friends that care about you and want the best for you, and not care about who has the most money in the bank or who has the biggest house or who has the most expensive car. Those are material things that you can lose in the blink of an eye. Humility comes in spades, and it comes in all forms. Those are, as far as I'm concerned, they're loans, they can be taken at any given point through catastrophe, through one bad choice, and those things can be gone. So to envy somebody, to compare yourself or myself to somebody else, and envy or, be not have something to do with somebody because of what they have or don't have is, to me, it's ridiculously childish. But like I said, especially, it's so often the case within family dynamic, sibling rivalry to be the one, and I've never really been on that page. Never. I can't say so. Out of my entire family, I'm the only one with an education. Out of my siblings, my mother had an education in Germany. And, I'm in school pursuing my PhD. No one else in my family even has a GED or high school diploma, but they're successful in their own right, absolutely so. So it's not all just about education. For me, that's my thing. That's not everybody's thing. Not everybody is meant to have a PhD or meant to be a lawyer or a nurse or, something that involves, you know, academic credentials to be successful. There are self-made millionaires out there who don't have the schooling at all, but have the people skills and the business skills innately to be self-made and be financially successful. And success is not just measured in finance, but to many people it is. And a lot of times it's often the crux of the sibling rivalry and the competitiveness, to the point of, when somebody's, what I've noticed so often a lot of times is, when somebody's swinging at the bottom of their rope, then, family and everybody's there, and that's well and good. But when somebody gets on their feet and is situated and doing a little better off, then people back off, and instead of sharing in the enjoyment of, wow, this person has finally gotten to a place of stability. Why does it always have to take drama and upheaval? As far as I'm concerned, no. I don't want drama and upheaval in my life to have family and friends in my life. No way. No. I'm grateful for that, for everything, that people have done for me throughout my life, and will always be grateful. I'm sure there'll be other things that come about in my life where I will need other people, but, the support of emotional support. I mean, friendship or whatever. But I'd rather be living harmoniously in peace and, be able to relish the fact, that, wow, things are finally at a level, at a balance that I can appreciate and be happy with. And I would like to believe and think that, family and friends would be happy for me to finally have that, and if they're not, that's not my problem. Why would I forego my own happiness, my own hard work and efforts because, somebody has an issue with that? And I'm not, talking about me personally here. When I say me, I'm just using myself as an example, okay? I'm talking really general and broad. It was, I'd gotten into a conversation with somebody, about family dynamic and how people can be, and, this and this. Yeah, like it can be a rat race sometimes, Family can be a great thing, but sometimes, they can suck, it depends, and every family is different, but a commonality in larger family dynamic is, sibling rivalry and competitiveness and the one wanting to be this way and that way. And especially in larger family dynamic, you got the peacemaker, you have the drama person, you have the independent person, you have the black sheep, and then you have the scapegoat. So I mean, there's these different roles in larger family dynamic when you're talking 4, 5, 6 children and more. Each of these different roles, depending on your birth order, even birth order determines some of that also. So, and for me, being the 5th out of 6 children to live, that is, youngest of girls with one younger brother, the rest older. In terms of birth order and all this stuff, I don't know how to describe my role, because I've been all over the board in life. There's a lot of things I've done in life, good and bad, I've definitely made my share of mistakes. But have I been the hater and all this stuff? No. Always been, a person to be happy for somebody else and their accomplishments and things like that. I'm, more the person, to want the best for somebody But at the end of the day, if the person doesn't want the best for him or herself, there's nothing I can do, you know. Um, many times the middle sibling is the responsible one, and this and that, but also can be controlling, and there's a lot of dynamic, and this is a lot. This would entail a much lengthier video to just talk about birth order of siblings and, what role they end up taking within the family, So maybe another time I'll do that. I found some of the research, it was very telling. Much of it was accurate, in comparison to somebody, who's an only child, and the issues that an only child would face, or two siblings, different dynamic. And so, but no matter who you are, no matter what walk of life you come from, whatever issues you face, if you're somebody more like myself who's more been like, let's just try to be harmonious, let's just get on with it, and, whatever, and not really been a hateful person over somebody else's success, then you know what I'm talking about, because to deal with somebody like that is very frustrating and irritating, And if you are somebody, full of jealousy and hatred and don't know how to be happy for somebody, well, you got to find your own happiness first. When you find your own happiness, you can be happy for somebody else. Your happiness begins within yourself. And that's to anybody, I don't care